Hello friends, and welcome back to another episode of Last Minute Laura. My name is Laura, and today I am going to show you a little hack. Well, not quite a hack, it's a stitch. I'm going to show you a hand embroidery stitch that I use every single time I put a sweater together. So you may have watched some of my sweater tutorials, maybe you haven't, maybe you're just here to learn about the blanket stitch. But whenever I'm putting together a pullover, where the sleeves attach to the body, I usually sew that together with a blanket stitch. I crochet the side seams and I crochet the shoulder seams, but these seams just do better as a blanket stitch. So let's get started. First, you're gonna need a yarn needle. I'm just using one of those metal ones, but there's plastic ones and acrylic ones and tons of other kinds you can get. Any yarn needle's gonna work. You're also going to need a yarn, and you're gonna need something that needs to be sewn together, or something that you want to add a decorative edge on. First, we're going to tie the two pieces of fabric together with our yarn, just a simple knot. Doesn't even need to be a double knot, just something to secure the yarn at the beginning. Then we're going to go through a stitch from the bottom up in the first piece of fabric, and then we're going to go into a stitch from the bottom up through the second piece of fabric. Then there's a loop and your working piece of yarn that's attached to your needle. Put the needle through that loop and then just pull straight up, and there's one stitch. So we're going to do it again. We're going to stick the needle up through the fabric under one stitch, through the second piece of fabric under one stitch, and then it's going to go right through that loop. And as you start doing this for a project, you'll find that that loop always finds its way right where it needs to be, so that you don't really need to move around or do any work to find that loop to put your needle through it. It just sort of shows up right where it's supposed to go. But this is the blanket stitch. So again, I'm putting the needle through the first piece of fabric under one stitch. I'm going under an entire stitch, and then I'm going under the second piece of fabric under an entire stitch, and then I'm going through the loop that's created every time you do a stitch. And that is going to create a nice secure stitch. On the inside there will be a finished seam. There won't be any raw fabric showing on the inside of the seam. And then on the outside you get a perfect finished seam that blends perfectly into your project. So I hope you use this. I hope this helps you. I'm going to link this as my tutorial bit in my video descriptions for this blanket stitch. So if it wasn't good, let me know so I can fix it. But if you liked it, let me know what you think. I'm also going to do a little quick mini on how you do the blanket stitch on just one piece of fabric. So if I only have this one piece, I still go up through the bottom, just through the one. And you could just go all the way up through the bottom, through that loop, up through the bottom, through that loop. And you could just keep doing this all the way around your projects. It's actually a really nice finishing stitch, just to keep your work nice and neat and tidy. So you could do that on the edge of a crochet project, a sewing project. A lot of projects benefit from this. But yes, that is the blanket stitch. So that's it. It's a really easy stitch, but it's super useful for putting together sweaters, mittens, pretty much any knitted garment can really benefit from knowing the blanket stitch. So I really hope you learned something. I hope you liked the video, and I hope to see you in the comments on the next video. Anyways, friends, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
It surely was a good sign. In spite of everything I saw, it's slowing down time, changing all the laws. Try to catch it with my hands, so that I can take it home. Hoping I can keep it. When I'm there, we'll be gone. Try to catch it with my, catch it with my, catch it with my. I'm falling down, falling down. around in circles, and I catch 'em with my mouth. It's often subtle noises, it's often subtle things. Everything is wild.